And I thought the trailers for this movie alone were terrifying. Attack on Titan. The first part of an overall two-part miniseries. Welcome to day 9 of my Scare Show 3 titled One Last Scare. That's the wall on the Titan. Get the reference? Good. Let us begin. The plot. In a village that is surrounded by walls. Okay, I'll come back around this way. A routine day soon turns into a bloody massacre. Now, the remaining survivors must train, fight, and kill as many of the monsters that destroyed their way of life as they can. These monsters are called, as if I haven't been stalling enough, Titans. And no one knows much about them or how to beat them, for they are immortal. Well, besides a weak spot on their spine. It tickles. Now I know that this is based off an anime, and that there are some seriously devoted fans out there. However, I don't particularly care for anime, and I can see why people dislike this movie. But I think the overall feelings they take from it are hate and betrayal. Hate because it's live action, and betrayal because of what I can only assume is the story. I am sure there are differences between anime and live action for this Attack on Titan series. However, if you loathe this movie for that reason, then you either cannot stand remakes, reboots, or retellings, or you just don't want to give this movie a chance. After seeing all the negative ratings, I looked into the positive and negative reviews. Apparently, it's not entirely faithful. It's the anime of anime. From what I gathered, it's a movie with some things from the anime that have been added to pay respect and to make fans have nostalgia. Is that really a bad thing? It also stands alone and tries to do its own thing. Originality? Is that such a bad thing? This film is very frightening. It's like a bunch of Godzillas if he were able to pick you up and chew you in half. Another thing that relates this to Godzilla is that Shinji Higuchi, who directed Attack on Titan Parts 1 and 2, also directed Shin Godzilla. All references to Godzilla aside, the Titans are freakish. The atmosphere definitely adds to their menacing appearance. From the moment they enter the village, the whole area seems to be encased in a dark cloud. I watched the English version, and even though it has some laughable dubbing, I still cared for the characters. Also, I am terrible at telling Asians and other foreign countries people most of the time apart, especially if they have the same haircuts. But here, it was very easy. I enjoyed the characters. Some die that you don't want to, and they die so horrifically. And that brings me on to the next section. The gore, the effects. This film is vicious. People are chewed on, ripped apart, bitten in half. There's tons of blood, severed limbs, and entrails. From what I remember when this anime was first coming out, and it was being described as ultra-violent and extremely gory. Yeah, I believe it now. This film is graphic, and it does not matter if you're a man, woman, or a child. You will die horribly. The musical score, I loved this movie's music. It is grand, epic, and intense. The moment the end credits start, you get a very Godzilla-esque cue, and it's great to hear. The rock themes are a plus and a negative. While they do make the action scenes a bit cooler, I couldn't help but feel that they took away from some of the dread and misery the characters have dealt with and are still going through. I loved this movie. It's terrifying, intense, gory, and action-packed. I could get behind the characters, and it was fast-paced for a majority of the movie. I would recommend this not only to the casual moviegoer that can tolerate foreign movies, but also to fans of the anime as long as you're okay with a bit of change. I say check it out. Overall, I give Attack on Titan Part 1 a 4.5 out of 5. There are so many awesome scenes in this movie, and even a high point for the characters, even though it didn't make much sense. I was highly entertained by Lion Brain, Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Facebook page in the description below to leave comments and subscribe.